When sufficient supply meets adequate demand, the results are beneficial to both parties. But what happens when there's a crash in demand? The supply suffers. This is the reality that the American agricultural sector, a billion-dollar industry, is facing due to the crash in demand from its biggest demand chain. However, the question to ponder is, how did they get here? America and China have been doing business together exporting agricultural produce, and this relationship has been since the late 90s. Both parties have enjoyed a seamless trade relationship over the years. It was simple. American farmers would produce large quantities of soybeans to meet the ever-increasing demand of China, and China kept to its increased demand due to its fast economic development, infrastructural expansion, and urbanization. At the heart of this opportunity was a strong export market, particularly the profitable trade connection with China, the world's most populous nation and largest importer of agricultural goods. China became a vital destination for American agricultural products, especially soybeans, which are essential for animal feed and a key component in numerous food products. The U.S. Department of Agriculture consistently ranked soybeans among the top export commodities, with billions of dollars worth shipped to the Chinese ports each year. These trades weren't a coincidence. They reflected a meticulously developed economic partnership where supply aligns with immense demand, intertwining the economies of both nations through mutual interests. Farmers from Iowa to Ohio depended on this mutually beneficial exchange to maintain their operations. Investments in agricultural technology and innovations allowed them to efficiently meet China's extensive needs, thereby strengthening the economic foundation of rural communities. The effects of this trade relationship reached far beyond just the agricultural products. The continuous flow of Chinese purchases stimulated economic activities that extended into various sectors, including machinery dealers, seed suppliers, and transportation companies. Rural schools and healthcare facilities also reaped the benefits from the financial support their communities could provide, leading to a positive impact on local economies and enhancing the quality of life in these regions. Not only that, farmers also witnessed how a presence in the global market can enhance local prosperity. Despite the apparent security of this foundation, reliance just on a single market was risky. The very success of farming operations became closely linked to the stability of international relations and foreign market policies, creating a disquieting vulnerability that often went unnoticed in everyday agricultural activities. As China emerged as an economic powerhouse, its demand for food and agricultural imports surged. The United States, with its extensive arable land and advanced farming techniques, naturally became a key partner, supplying essential commodities to the growing Chinese middle class. This partnership quickly evolved into a vital economic lifeline for American farmers, whose success stories became integral to the broader narrative of globalization and market integration. Trade agreements established over the years solidified this relationship, creating a complex web of interdependence that connected two distant nations through mutual necessity and opportunity. For American farmers, the Chinese market was not just merely a segment of their sales, it constituted a substantial portion of their revenue. The products shipped from American shores to China represented not just trade volumes, but the culmination of a year's labor and investment for countless farming families. Beyond the financial aspects, there was a deeper, more personal connection to this trade exchange. As a result, farming communities thrived due to the jobs and economic stability that these exports provided. Infrastructure improvements, such as new roads, school renovations, and healthcare enhancements, were made possible through the funding generated by agricultural prosperity. Farming families have reinvested in their operations, enhancing them through advancements in machinery, technology, and sustainable practices. Without mincing words, all these developments brought great satisfaction, but what America failed to plan for was the risk that came with dependency. In recent years, there has been a gradual shift that is starting to undermine the core elements of the agricultural sector. Heightened geopolitical tensions and the development of new economic strategies have created a climate of apprehension among stakeholders. China's deliberate initiatives to broaden its soybean supply sources, foster alternative trade relationships, and possibly reduce its dependence on American imports have raised alarms across American farmlands, underscoring the intricate challenges associated with international trade. Some have attributed this change to be a result of new political policies that may not seem favorable to China. China, being their largest agricultural trade partner, has recently seen the need to diversify their trading lines, no longer dependent on America's supply. In a deliberate attempt to fix what they felt was a loophole in their dealings with the red and blue states, China has now left American farmers in a predicament where farmers are counting their loss with each harvest, giving South American states like Brazil and Australia a golden opportunity for agricultural foreign trade, cutting off more than half its usual trade quantity with the U.S. This has led to a serious financial crisis in the agricultural sector. It has not only affected farmers who now have barns filled with unsold soybeans, businesses have been affected, especially those who deal in the supply of agricultural equipment. If farmers can't sell their harvest, they can't afford new hardware. It has also affected schools because now farmers cannot sell off their harvest, they can't pay tuition fees, they can't pay back loans. Because of all these, you find people relocating to cities seeking better opportunities to improve their lives. Students who were once interested in the agricultural sector are now rethinking their decisions. This crisis is threatening the very existence of the agricultural sector, leaving farmers in a state of dilemma. Everyone seems to have farmers gone back to the drawing board to seek out solutions to this crisis. Maybe it's time to mortgage the farmlands. Questions of whether they can afford labor costs, fertilizer, and seed for the next farming season arise. This and many more are the issues plaguing the agricultural sector, and the way out seems almost bleak. Typically, in a season of crises, the logical thing to do is to find a way out, formulate strategies to beat impending collapse, and work towards a stronger comeback. But the question is, how will the American agricultural sector beat this? Looking at their track records over the years on how they were dependent on China's trading prowess, farmers have begun to come together more closely within their local communities, creating coalitions designed to lessen their reliance on international markets. These cooperatives were not merely financial solutions to the crisis, they also prioritized community well-being and sought innovative paths towards self-sufficiency. In their journey towards resilience, farmers started to diversify their crops, venturing into specialty options such as organic vegetables and pulses that could appeal to niche domestic markets or even reach countries less affected by trade disruptions. Despite the considerable challenges brought on by geopolitical shifts, the natural resilience of farming communities nurtured a sense of cautious hope. Survival became a central theme, as the impacts of the crises encouraged a re-evaluation of traditional agricultural methods. Although the challenges arising from China's market shift may have caused temporary disruptions, they have also served as powerful catalysts for transformative growth. These changes challenged conventional practices and inspired innovations that hold the potential for more sustainable and self-sufficient futures. Beyond that, the situation has reached a critical point, with the essence of rural life at risk. While federal aid and support programs can offer essential relief during crises, these temporary solutions only address surface-level problems. The deeper issues stem from a long-standing reliance on unpredictable global markets and the volatility of commodity prices. And because of this, it is time to reconsider the very foundation of American agricultural policy, moving beyond just subsidies and emergency loans. What is truly needed is a comprehensive, long-term strategy that empowers farmers to escape the constraints of market unpredictability and regain control over their livelihoods. Envision a future where rural communities flourish rather than merely endure, where the natural rhythms of the land align with the vitality of local economies, nurturing a thriving ecosystem of small businesses, community support networks, and vibrant educational institutions. One can say that the genesis of the current state of the American agricultural sector right now is as a result of dependency on one major source of trade. However, rising up from this setback and moving ahead isn't impossible. But the question one would wonder is, what is the way forward? We would like to hear from you. Leave your comments in the comment section. See you in the next one.